WFO1 meteorologist Kim Adams. Right now we've got temperatures in the mid-70s. It's a nice quiet evening, but different story tomorrow. We'll talk about storms ahead coming up.
We also have new fallout from a prostitution bust. A Detroit public official makes a decision about his future. We'll show you his new statement. Also, many are calling it a birth control breakthrough, what it means for so many women. And here's Paula.
Big weekend coming up on the water and on land, double the trouble. We're talking about things people do and they get it wrong that they just don't have to get wrong, and it creates double trouble.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining me. I'm Christy McDonald in for Karen Drew. First at 4, this member of the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners has resigned. Undercover deputies say they busted him with a prostitute in his truck. Brian Ferguson has been cited for indecent and lewd conduct. Investigators say he was spotted at 7 a.m. yesterday near Schoolcraft in Sorrento with a known prostitute in his truck. Deputies also say Ferguson asked if they could help him out, but he was cited, and then the incident became very public. Today, Ferguson released a statement saying in part, quote, "After further consideration of the best interests of my family and the board, I am choosing to resign as District 1 Police Commissioner effective immediately." We will have more reaction to this story on Local 4 News at 5 o'clock tonight. Police in Harper Woods are investigating a double shooting that left one man dead and another injured. Police first responded to the scene at Kelly and Kenosha just before 9 a.m. A 25-year-old man was rushed to the hospital where he is in stable condition. A 37-year-old man died at the scene. Police say the suspect is a man who may have been wearing a ski mask and then drove off in a newer model Dodge Charger with tinted windows and a bad black paint job that may have been spray painted on. If you can help at all, please call police or 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Michigan's Attorney General is taking control of the state charges against the man accused of kidnapping and killing 2-year-old Winter Cole Smith. Rashad Trice made a virtual appearance in an Ingham County courtroom today, facing several felony charges there. He's also facing federal counts in Winter's kidnapping and several state charges linked to an attack on her mother in Lansing. Today, Attorney General Dana Nessel announced that her office will consolidate the local charges against Trice in one trial. New contract negotiations between the UAW and Stellantis are underway today, with more bargaining to come. The union's new president is promising a more aggressive style and looking to recover previous union concessions. Automakers want to control costs as they move forward an emissions-free future. Tomorrow, the UAW and Ford will get down to business, followed by GM later this month. And that breaking news is from Hollywood, where the Actors Union has just voted to join screenwriters on the picket lines. The actors are fighting for similar things like streaming residuals, better pay, and how to use artificial intelligence. The strike officially begins at midnight, and this is the first time that actors and writers have both been striking at the same time in about 60 years. All right, well, the sun has been peeking out in downtown Detroit. A break from the rain feels pretty nice, but just how long is it going to last? Kim Adams looks at the evening ahead for us in the first forecast. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Christy. Well, it never lasts very long this time of year, and we do have a chance for showers and thunderstorms returning tomorrow and for the first half of the weekend. But right now, if you have outdoor plans tonight, keeping an eye on the radar, but there's nothing popping up. You should be good to go. 75 in Detroit, mid-70s in Howell, 73 in Port Huron, and 74 in Monroe. Exact Track 40 radar, as I said, is nice and quiet. It will stay that way for the next 24 hours, but then tomorrow afternoon and evening, we are back under a marginal risk for severe weather. That's a level 1 on the 5-level severe weather threat. So it's the lowest level, but there is that chance tomorrow and again on Saturday. So if you have big outdoor plans for Saturday, you're going to want to stay tuned because I'll be talking about exactly when we're expecting that rain over the weekend. Coming up just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks so much, Kim. Well, it is a breakthrough in birth control for women who have struggled to get access to health care and prescription drugs. The Food and Drug Administration just approved the first over-the-counter contraceptive pill ever. Kimberly Gale joins us with the key information on this big decision today. Kim.
Hi, Christy. Good afternoon. Yes, hormone-based pills have long been the most common form of birth control in the United States, used by millions of women. Until now, all of those pills have required a prescription. Medical societies and women's health groups have pushed for wider access, noting that an estimated 45% of pregnancies are unplanned each year. Teens, women of color, and those with low incomes report greater hurdles in obtaining birth control. Well, now the FDA has cleared the once-a-day O-pill to be sold without a prescription. It's just this one form of birth control pill. There will be no age restrictions. So far, we haven't been told about how much the drug will cost. Over-the-counter drugs typically tend to be less expensive, but aren't covered by insurance. The price will be key, though, says Dr. Patrice Harold. She's chief of obstetrics at DMC Sinai Grace Hospital.
That'd be quite significant, too. It has to be accessible and affordable. And so those are the two things. It cannot be astronomical, because women, if they can't afford it, it won't make a difference. They won't be able to achieve to purchase it.
Yeah. Well, a professor at Northwestern University calls this a monumental decision, but the pill isn't going to be available for a while. The manufacturer says it won't start shipping until sometime early next year.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is huge, though. Let's get back to costs, though, for a minute, Kim, because is there any way to force insurance companies to cover this?
Well, maybe. That would require regulatory changes. Now, President Biden, he recently signed an executive order that could push insurance companies to cover the over-the-counter costs, and Senate Democrats have also introduced a bill to require coverage. So we don't know how that's going to go, but we'll, of course, keep you posted.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much, Kim. Well, the Secret Service has ended its investigation into a baggie of cocaine that was found inside the White House. Investigators say they've looked through security footage and they've cross-referenced several hundred individuals, but they have been unable to pinpoint the time that the cocaine was left or identify any suspects. The Secret Service says hundreds of people passed through that part of the White House, and sources say the cubbies where the cocaine was found are in a blind spot for surveillance cameras. Well, Port Huron becomes the center of the sailboating universe this week as the Great Mackinaw Boat Race launches this weekend. Tens of thousands of people are expected to swell the population of the community on both land and water, and local law enforcement agencies have joined forces to keep the public safe. Our Paula Tutman is in the thick of it all. Hey there, Paula.
Hey there. Hi, everybody. So first of all, start with the race. They've got sailors from as far away as South Africa. So party over there. But then when you come to the streets of Port Huron, again, expecting somewhere in the neighborhood of 60,000 people, party over here. Lots and lots of people. And that means there's a lot of work that has to be done to keep people safe. And you've got to think about these mistakes that people make, and they just don't have to happen. Drone 4 shows us in splendid detail the staging for Party Central, Port Huron. 60,000 people expected to swarm the streets and the waterways. And the Port Huron Police Department, while it has all hands on deck, has a few extras.
The St. Clair County Sheriff's Office, the Marysville Police Department, City of St. Clair, Michigan State Police, Border Patrol, Customs, our federal agents are all here.
It's also asking for the public's help to keep everyone safe.
So if you see something, say something.
Let's get specific about that. What are examples of see something? Well, someone dressed inappropriately for the conditions.
If it's 100 degrees out and you're seeing somebody wearing a large, heavy winter jacket, let an officer know, and we'll look at it and then make a determination what we're going to do.
Or someone moving quickly away from a backpack or a package, small arguments that are escalating, that kind of thing. So possible problems can be headed off by law enforcement. So we're in the St. Clair River right now, and as soon as we get past this freighter and go under that bridge, we are in Lake Huron. And listen, here's the thing. For big event weekends like this, it's an event on land, it's an event on big water in the lake, and that really does double the trouble and the concern. The St. Clair Sheriff's Department and its Marine Division will be on the water.
I'm just concerned about people being in a rush to have fun without thinking ahead and making plans.
Not understanding what a rocking boat does to your brain when you add alcohol is a problem.
A beer or two is something that you can handle, if you will, in a safe manner. And
you feel it. And you just kind of feel it.
Right. It's really enhanced when you're on a boat because you're equilibrium, and you got to plan ahead for that, and remember that when you get on a boat, it's not like being on land. It's not the same thing.
There's been a lot of rain, not enough to change much for boaters, but definitely enough to change conditions for swimmers.
It's deep. The current is moving and shifting, and unfortunately, just about every year we lose more than one person due to drowning. You jump into an area of water you're not familiar with, and all of a sudden you realize you can't stand up, you're overwhelmed, and the person drowns.
Yeah, you know, this is information that's good anywhere, not just when you have a citywide event, but also I don't want you to underestimate the power of the tool you carry in your hand, that cell phone. You see something, take a picture and video. That helps police. Also, let people know where you're going. More importantly, when you're expected back so that you're not starting from scratch if you disappear. Big event. They'll be glad when Monday comes, believe me.
I bet. Good stuff. Thanks so much, Paula.